Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. And today we're gonna look at this beautiful palette by Micka Beauty Shop. This is the Earth Wizards palette and it's so cute. It has this like little guy. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a gnome or what it is, but it's just so cute and it's like very artsy. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I'm so happy it finally came. It is really nice. It's a smaller palette than the Serpent one was because this one has 15 shades and Serpent has 18 shades if I remember that correctly, but you have 2 rows of matte and 1 row of shimmers. I've already swatched mine because I was just really impatient. But yeah, she's really beautiful. I think I'm gonna create 3 looks in this video, so that will all be included, and I'll also give you my review and swatches and all of that. So definitely keep on watching if you want to see that. And if this is your first time here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie makeup, I love colorful makeup, especially eyeshadows, and I just love brands like these. Like indie brands are my favorite. So if that's something that interests you, I would be very happy to have you here. And now let's just jump right into the Earth Wizards palette. This month is gonna be very eyeshadow oriented. There's so much palettes that I've received this month. I bought this myself. This was in pre-order in, was it December or something? And I was very excited to get this one. Mine broke a little bit when getting to me. I think I've already posted it on my Instagram. This shade and this shade, they were completely shattered, which for this shade I get it because it's kind of like flaky. It almost reminds me of those like flaky jelly things. So it was completely shattered. I managed to I managed to save most of it because this palette comes with a little plastic thing on the inside, so most of it survived. And like it was really well packaged. It was bubble wrapped and it was in a really good packaging, but somehow I suspect that this shade will be very fragile just by the formulation of it. But yeah, I managed to press it back. We'll see how it's gonna work because I only like lightly swatched it. But I was very scared to do more, so we'll see. If it's gonna be too bad, I'm just not gonna travel with her and she's gonna be just like either here or at my dorm and I'm not gonna bring her back and forth. But I really like this color story. It's very, I don't know, like dark academia. Is that possible? Like that's what I see when I look at this. It's just beautiful. The multichromes look stunning. Like this one is kind of like light blue to purple, like very vibrant aqua to like kind of lavenderish purple. This one is kind of like purpley lavendery color with some greeny gold and some like turquoise. This one has like turquoisey greeny bluish like sheen to it. This one is very magenta to like green gold and a little bit of blue in it. And this one is like a green gold to like pinky color. I really like the selection. The multichromes you will see in the swatches that they are slightly similar, like these two and this one. They have similar idea, you know, like they flip differently, but it's kind of on the same basis, like they're all purpley, greeny, goldy. This one is the most warm one. This one has the most like magenta base color and it's like the most flaky jelly formula. And this one I think flips mostly green. And then these lighter ones are like bluish. I wish there would be one multichrome instead of these 3 that I mentioned. That would be like a blue to pink shift with like either silver sparkle or seafoamy green sparkle. Because all of these pretty much, or a lot of these, have like warm sparkle and I would just kind of wish that there would be some like either like light seafoamy green, sparkle or something like that, just so that it's a little bit different. But that's my only complaint, honestly. Like, otherwise I have nothing to say. Also, this shade, it really reminds me the Little Cosmetics Barsec shade that I really like. So that's just like first impressions from me about this palette. And now let's just jump into this look. I can't wait to play with this palette. I was really excited to get her. I've already primed my lids with the e.l.f. primer. And now, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I wanna do purples. So, we're gonna take this shade. Also, the shades aren't named, so I'm just taking the second shade, this kind of like purpley one. It looks very vibrant, like neon-y purple. And I'm just gonna take like a basic blending brush. So I'm taking my Cinch Beauty brushes. This is the EO2, and I'm dipping into the second shade. I already swatched this palette, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think I did. And the shades here, especially like the greeny, orangey neutral ones, and also this turquoisey shade, they are so soft. It almost feels like a cream product, like a body product, which is really nice. And I like Micka's formula for the mattes and for the shimmers. I think their mattes are really nice because you can see like it's very pigmented. You're definitely getting what's in the pan, but it's also really like easy to blend. And I like that about shades because sometimes, especially indie brands, they can have like really, really, really pigmented eyeshadows, but they're kind of harder to blend out and like have a seamless application, especially with like the purple shades that are really like popular these days, or at least I feel like every indie palette has a purple in them at some point, or like deep blues and stuff like that. And if you have formula that's hard to blend out, like that can be a little bit of a problem. So I like Mika's formula, and I like that this is like a little bit darker, moodier, and you have some neons, and I have like a lot of neons and like nicer, like vibrant shades in the Serpent palette, so I think they're gonna be really nice together. I already posted on my Instagram that like my Serpent palette has a sister finally, which I'm so glad because I wanted to buy a makeup palette for a while, but I don't know. Well, they were doing the Forever Young palette, which was really pretty, but I didn't know if I would get a lot of uses out of that because I don't know if it's really my style. Like, it's cute, it's really cute, but I didn't know if I would really get a lot of uses out of it. And I don't know if they had different collection. I think they had like one palette as well since, but I'm not completely sure, and I don't even know why I haven't bought anything from Micka sooner. Also, sorry for the lighting. It's kind of like, it's currently raining and it's like either super dark outside or super bright outside, so I'm gonna have to change it up a bit throughout the video. So I really like this purple. I don't know if it's even because I accidentally looked into the sun a couple minutes ago, so I don't really see very well right now. But I think it's somewhat of even. It's the best that I can do right now. Now, I need to find a liner brush. I want to do one of those liner looks because why not? And I think I'm gonna try to use the other purple, the lower one, because it looks like it could be slightly deeper. I don't remember what was the difference between them when I swatched it, like how different they are, but yeah, it's slightly more pigmented. Yeah, it's a little bit more pigmented, not a lot, but a little bit more pigmented. I was super happy with the first shade, with the blue, because it's very like, I don't know, do you call it aqua blue? or aquamarine. I don't know. It's like a very vibrant, beautiful blue. It reminds me of some really clear seawater or something. Not that I know much about sea, being from Czech Republic, but yeah, I think this is the wing. Sometimes I do the wing like smaller, sometimes it's super big. Kind of depends what my hands want to do that day. Also, the Ireland palette from Nomad is getting my way. It's already in Germany, so during this week it should come. It should be delivered, so I think around Easter or maybe after Easter. So during Easter, like the Great Friday and the weekend, I'm gonna film with it unless something horrible happens, which you never know. But I'm planning to film with this, so that's gonna be the next review after I post this. So I think the wings are somewhat even. I'm probably gonna play with it after I'm done with the look. I don't know if you can see, there's not that much of difference between the two purpley shades. Like the first one is slightly lighter, but just barely. So, you know, there could be a little bit of a difference between them. In a palette, this one looks a bit more pink, and this one looks like it has more blue in it. But you know, like this one looks a little bit bluer, and this one looks a little bit like berrier, or like, you know, like pinkier. But on the eyes, I feel like they look very similar. Now I'm gonna use this shade, the kind of like peachy terracotta shade. And I'm gonna use that on my lower lash line, at the beginning of my lower lash line. This is gonna be a really nice like neutral color. If you wear neutrals, and it's not like too orange and it's not too gray, I think, so it's like pretty neutral shade. If you like shades like these, maybe for work or something, you can definitely use that. It's not gonna be my most used shade. I think I'm only gonna use it maybe with the greens. Now I want to try the other brown, the one that's on the top row. This one, it genuinely felt like a body primer or something, like something creamy. And I'm kind of scared if they're not gonna get hard pan, because these more creamy formulas sometimes get hard pans, so we'll see. But it's very pigmented, very nice to layer, and it doesn't like smudge too much when you're using it. Like in general, these formulations are really nice for like a clean application. So here we are. Now we're gonna do, I think on the lid I want to use this shade. So I'm gonna use my NYX glitter primer on my lids. And then I feel like this one could have been orangier, like kind of more, or maybe yellower, maybe like this color, you know, like this background. I think it would fit really nicely with the greens, and you could use it with the purples as well. So yeah, maybe more like a buttery, beigey, yellowy color. I think that could be nice with this color story. And maybe one of the greens could, like this swampy green maybe could have been like slightly darker. Maybe. Or maybe this green could have been darker. I don't, like one of the greens could have been darker. That's just my little bit of it's not even a complaint, it's just like an idea of mine. So yeah, I'm using this shade. This one is so smooth and so, like, the particles are so small. It feels like a face highlighter. And now that I'm looking at it on my finger, it definitely goes for like a pinky purple to blue to very like kind of serpenty green with a gold shift. Oh my god. Do you see that? And I love this formula from Micka, and most of her shades, both the single shades and her like in the palettes that, like in this palette and in the Serpent palette, are this kind of like super sparkly, almost like you know how you have the multichrome like dust products, like it's in a little pan, like it's in a little jar and it's like just dust. That has multichrome effect. I can't remember what it's called on from the top of my head, but yeah, those things, but pressed in the palette, which I love this formula. And it doesn't crease. It's a very nice formula if you struggle with creasing. We'll see what this flaky shade will do, because I'm kind of worried that that might crease. I don't know if I'm gonna try it on the lid throughout this video, but I'm definitely gonna try it at some point when I'm gonna review it. Oh my god. This is such a beautiful... Maybe this shade reminds me of the Parsec, because on the eyes it does look like Parsec from Lidl. Oh my god. I love these shades, and it really doesn't matter what matte background you choose. Like, it could be orange, yellow, pink, purple, green, blue. It's gonna look great in, like, with everything. And you can see that the base color is pretty much the same as the matte shades, and then it just sparkles greeny gold and a little bit of blue as well. Now I'm gonna take the middle shade, the like iridescent one, and I'm gonna put that as an inner corner highlight because I want to know how it looks like. Oh yes, it's like pinky blue color. Oh, that's so pretty. That is so pretty. Now, I know I've put the neutral shades on the bottom lash line, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna keep it matte because I want to try the flaky shade. So I'm gonna take my brush and very carefully I will try to get some of these flakies out. Like, it's a very strange formula because it is definitely flaky. And I don't really know how to go about it to not disrupt everything, but I feel like I need that like spongy pen that people used to apply rhinestones with, or however. I don't know how it's called, but yeah, I feel like I need that for this formula. Do you see that? Do you see that? It's definitely gonna be like a messy shade. But I mean, yeah, I don't even mind the mess. You have to take one for the team, right? And by team, I mean my crazy mind. Or I don't know. Like, I wish my fingers weren't so chunky because I would definitely like just apply it with my pinky. But I have really chubby fingers, so if I tried to do that, like, the shadow would be not only on my lower lash line, but the half of my nose and like on my lips as well, and you know, like, it would be everywhere. So I have a little bit of a fallout, as you can see, but I don't mind it. That's why I do my eyes first. So I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I didn't buy only the Earth Wizard palette, but also 4 new singles. So I have 8 singles from Micka right now. So the new ones are this kind of white iridescent shade, which kind of reminds me the white one in the palette, but this one has a little bit different shift. I don't remember what shift it is, but I think it's like a green pink, and it's called Treasure. I'm gonna put it on Instagram as well, like swatches, and eventually after I'm gonna film this video, I'm gonna use this palette and these singles to create some more looks. So this was Treasure, then the most beautiful shade I've seen, and it kind of reminds me one of the shades in the original Giant Wolves palette by Annette's Makeup Corner and Oden's Eye, and it's this shade called Enigma, and it's like a blue shade. It's like blue, but it's like very light watery blue, going to like periwinkle purpley color with goldy green shift. It's the most beautiful color, and it kind of reminds me the multichrome in Annette's palette, which I'm very happy because I can't use that multichrome anymore. It's kind of like waxy at this point. So I have something else to, I don't know, to just have instead. And I have this shade, which maybe it's gonna be really similar to one of the shades in the palette, but this is the shade Toxic. And this one is like a purple going to blue with green, and like it's beautiful. And then shade that kind of reminds me the texture of the multichrome I have on my lower lash line is this shade. It's called Millenario. Yes, Millenario. It's like a orange base, like orangey yellow base multichrome with like pink, very bright pink sheen. It's beautiful, like it's truly beautiful. I've never seen shade like this. But it is kind of flaky, and I did lose a little bit of it when I was taking it out of its like packaging. So that's the only issue, but I think it's gonna be beautiful. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna show you these 4 eventually, so, but it's gonna be in the shorts format. Now, what do I want to do? I could leave it like this, but I've been shopping like 4 days ago in my local drugstore, and I bought new vanilla ink lipsticks from Maybelline. I have like the shade Golden and Peachy, I think that's the other one, and now I have 115 Peppy. It's kind of like more like a brownie reddish color. Would it work with this? Probably not, so we're not gonna use it today, but I will use it soon. Then I have the Maybelline Falsy Cereal lipstick mascara, and it's the black one. I haven't had the black one yet. I'm not gonna probably use it today because I have other mascara that I'm finishing up, but I want to try that one, so you know, I think I'm gonna post review on my Instagram and TikTok. Then the thing that I will use finally is the Maybelline Hyper Precise All Day Liquid Liner, and this is in Parrot Blue. It's like very like neon-y cobalt blue. And I think it was last year where I decided that I'm not gonna buy these colorful liners because I can just use either eyeshadows for the darker colors or hydra liners, or like water activated liners, if I need something light, pastel, or neon. But I've heard really good reviews about this, and I want to try it. And also, like, it's gonna be spring and summer, and I'm gonna definitely get a lot of uses out of this color, so I'm gonna be trying it in the next like 6 months, and then it's probably gonna dry up anyways. And then I also have the Essence Skin Tint. This is the Essence Skin Tint Hydrating Natural Finish Light to Medium Coverage SPF 30 like BB cream, right? And I have mine in a shade 20, and usually BB creams, especially from drugstore, don't work for me because they're too yellow or too like orangey, like Oompa Loompa type of color. But I swatched this in the store, and it seems like it could be my color, and I also tried it when I bought it, I tried a little bit on my cheeks, and it seems like it's gonna be my color. So if that would work, that would be amazing. So yeah, we're gonna try this as well today. I'm all over the place, I swear to God. And like, it's not that I haven't been filming for a while. I've been actually filming a lot lately. And I don't know, for some reason, my mind is just not making sense. And I've actually already tried this liner yesterday. I haven't filmed it. Well, I filmed the look that I've worn yesterday, but then like after I filmed the look, I decided to apply this as well. So, and I don't even know if you saw that look. It was like a blue look, and I was using the Lovesick palette and the Christmas Eve palette by Oden's Eye. I don't know if it's already on my Instagram or maybe it's coming. But anyways, I'm gonna use this as an eyeliner, and it's really nice. It's a nice formula that dries pretty quickly, but it allows you to like draw over it as well, and it has a nice long thin applicator, and I don't know, it's just really nice. So I'm gonna use that, and like you can see how vibrant this is. Oh, can you see something? It's very vibrant, and I really like this shade. And I just thought, you know, adding a little bit of more color into this already very colorful look. But you know me, I'm crazy. I like my colors. And I'm not working today, so I can spend however long I want on this look. Now I think I'm gonna find like a blue waterline pencil, and I'm gonna finish up the look and check in with you for the makeup part. Okay, so the mascara is done, and I actually did use the Falsy Cereal one because my Colourpop one just didn't want it to do a lot. So yeah, here we are. I really like this look. It's very fun. I love the pop of blue. I think the pop of blue really helps to make it like a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more. And now for the Essence Skin Tint thing. So it's like really nice packaging, really nice size. I don't like too big of a packaging, especially for foundation and BB creams, because I don't wear them very often. But since I'm not actually going anywhere, I'm gonna test it out, because when I go like to work or anywhere outside, I don't actually wear foundation because it's annoying, and like you have to think if it's not smudging anywhere, or if you're not oily, or I don't know, stuff like that. And I don't like to think about things like that. Okay, so found my beauty blender, and now we're gonna... Also, I have these like beauty blenders from She Glam or Sheen, or I don't know. It was the Harry Potter set that has like 4 beauty blenders, all in the shades of the houses in Harry Potter. And it's actually a really nice beauty blender. And you can see that it's blending out really nicely. It's not too obvious that I'm wearing any foundation, which I like, because that means that you're not gonna be able to tell when it starts like acting all weird throughout the day, because I get oily throughout the day. Also, I don't have like a primer on my face. I just have my Vegetology sunscreen, and I like that sunscreen because it has a little bit more of kind of primery feel. Like it has a very silky smooth formula, kind of like when you have pore filling primers, or like smoothing primers. So I think it would be nice as a primer. And also, I don't really have a primer right now. I have one like little bit of my Essence hydrating primer that I only use when I need to clean up under my eyes, when I have like a lot of fallout. But otherwise, I don't really have a primer. because I don't use them. So I've had one, the like Maybelline Fit Me Poreless one, for a while, and it was at the time where I would wear foundation, like, I don't know, maybe twice a month. I haven't worn foundation in, I don't know, 4 months, maybe even more than that, because I don't know, especially throughout the winter, I don't wear foundation. I only wear like a little bit of concealer under my eyes, and that's it, because I don't like the feeling. But usually when spring and summer comes, I get a little bit more excited, and I would wear a little bit of BB cream, or maybe even like a little bit of lighter foundation once or twice a month. So I think this is looking really nice. Let me actually check if there's not like, if the blending is okay. Maybe there's like a little bit of like drier, patchier areas here, but it's also, I'm breaking out in this area, and the sunscreen sometimes spills a little bit in these areas. That's like the only issue. But so it could be, I'm gonna try it tomorrow maybe with just like with just like a face cream, like a moisturizer, right? But yeah, I think this is looking very skin-like. Like, it just looks like maybe my skin is slightly more matte. Like, not matte like that it's dry, but like that it's not as oily as it normally is, because I have more like a combo skin type, and it can be a little bit more shinier in like the T-zone. And usually you can tell that I have makeup by this area between the brows, which it's not bad. It actually looks just like slightly more matte than normal, but it doesn't feel matte. It feels like normal skin. Then another thing from Essence is the Essence Multitask Concealer, which I'm gonna use because it's on my project pan for like face products, and there's actually not that much left. Like, it's only this little amount. This looks really nice. I don't remember my skin looking this good in a while. So okay, so this is kind of the finished look. I've added the Kaleidos lip clay in the shade Fiamma. It's like a very pinky color, pinky reddish color. Then on my face, I have the She Glam Sweet Cheeks blush trio in the shade, or in the version Private Cabana, and I've used the darkest shade. I don't use this shade very often, but today I thought I could pull it off, which that's up to you to decide. And then I have the Chromazone a highlighter from She Glam. This is in the shade Lucid, and it's this like pinky green multi-chrome highlighter. I'm gonna put a little bit of the shade that I had on the lid. I don't know, let me know what you think. I'm not completely sure if the lips fit the rest, but yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with this look. So definitely let me know what you think, and let's jump right into the second look with the Earth Wizard palette. Okay, so let's get into the second look with our palette. And today I want to touch the like the blue shades. Hi guys, so for some unknown reason my footage from my footage with this second look with the Earth Wizards palette came out not in focus, and I don't know why, because my camera focuses itself. I really don't understand what happened. So I don't know if I'm gonna use that footage at all, but I'm gonna at least tell you what I did. So I have the Earth Wizards palette, and first I went in with this top blue shade. It's like the one that I have in the inner half. or like inner third. It's a very beautiful kind of aqua color. Then I use this greenish turquoisey color as a main crease shade. And then I use this deep blue to kind of deepen it up a little bit, and I use the light blue and the dark blue on my lower lash line. Then as the main shimmer on the lid, I have this one, which is like a blue going to purple. It's stunning. I actually, when I move around, it's like either blue or purple, then it has like a little bit of pink in it as well. It's stunning. And then I used the shade next to it in the second half, and it's like deep greenish blue with like some purple and pink going through it. So that's that. And then I used the middle shade in my inner corner to just brighten everything up a little bit. Then for the rest of the face, I haven't actually done a lot because I'm probably gonna film second look today as well. So I have the Level Up mascara by Colourpop. I have the Hyper Precise eyeliner from Maybelline. I just have it in like the inner part as the pointy eyeliner. And then I have the Oden's Eye Solmana gel liner in the shade 011. This is the white one, and I have it in on my waterline, and also I created like a little bit of a wing. So this is where we are. I mean, it's stunning, especially when I move around. It's actually, yeah, you can see the gold, like the greenish gold, and also maybe a little bit of purple when I move like this. So yeah, it goes, the second shade goes from like almost like magenta pink to purple with the green shift that has like gold sparkles. So yeah, I'm really sorry that my camera wasn't working. Maybe I'll be able to like, I don't know, repair it in the editing, but if I wasn't able to do that, then at least this. But the shades are so sparkly. Like it is, I don't know if the camera actually is picking that up, but it's so sparkly and beautiful. And I was saying in the original footage that I think this would be great for summer to just use like the lighter blue and then this shade. It would be such a beautiful like aqua blue look. And yeah, so second look done, and let's just jump right into the third and final look of this video. Okay, so for the last look with this palette, we're gonna play with the greens. So I'm gonna start with this beautiful green, and we're gonna use her in the beginning of the crease. Okay, now we're gonna take this kind of like swampy green or like army green. Oh yes. It's kind of like khaki color. Okay, now the last matte that I haven't used is this kind of like a grayish darker color. So we're gonna deepen up the eye look with it, and this one has a little bit of a hard pan from the time that I was swatching it, so we'll see. Would this even work? I don't think this is gonna make anything darker. That's gonna have to be enough. Now I'm just gonna put my NYX glitter primer. Okay, so now for the shimmers, I wanna start with this shade because it has some green in it, and I'm gonna probably use my finger. You can see that it's like purple with green. We'll see. Oh yes. I think this is gonna be perfect shade to just use together with the greens because it's just so pretty, and I love that this shade doesn't really crease. It's the formula that doesn't crease pretty much at all. I think in the inner part, I'm gonna use this shade. A little bit of green as well, so I think it could work. Oh yeah, from this side, it's absolutely like green color. I don't know if it's gonna look like that on the camera as well, but yeah, I think you can see green too, which is funny because in the pan it's like purplish color. The shade is actually crazy, like it's so beautiful. Okay, so this is the last look with this palette. I mean, it looks stunning, like genuinely. I can't even speak. It's so pretty, so cute. So to finish this look, I've used the Level Up mascara again, then the Salmonid gel liner in the shade 03. Then I have my Essence skin tint. I've tried it over just like a face cream and or like moisturizer, and I think it looks amazing. It like really blends with the skin and like becomes one with the skin. I can't even tell that I'm wearing anything on my face. It's great, and it's like a very skin-like feel. Like it has that satiny feeling that I love. Then from Essence, I also have the Multitask Concealer in Peachy Ivory. Is that the shade? Yes, Peachy Ivory. On my lips, I have my new Maybelline Vanilla Ink lipstick in the shade 115 Peppy. I was definitely expecting a little bit different color, like more brown color than this. It's still really pretty and I'm gonna wear this color a lot. But yeah, do you know a shade from this line that is genuinely like brownish? Because I would want like a brown lipstick, and I really like the vinyl ink formula. It's such a great formula, and I really want to have that in like a brown color. Then I have the Sweet Cheeks trio from She Glam, and I have this lightest shade because it's my favorite one. I didn't want it to like over blush today. And then for highlighter, I have the Daydreamer from Electrum Cosmetics, and I've used the shade Manifest, kind of like a goldy green color. It's so beautiful. So that's for the look. I also wanted to show you the Serpent palette next to the Earth Wizards, and I was actually wrong. They both have the same amount of shades. It's just that the Earth Wizards don't have shade names, so the palette is a little bit smaller. And yeah, do you see anything? Yeah. So these are the two color stories. I definitely think that you can use them together. I can see a lot of looks, like especially these colors would be beautiful. And I think they're definitely gonna become like a sisters for me. And I'm gonna use both of them to create looks. I think I could definitely use like the yellows, oranges, and pinks to kind of brighten up this color story and make it a little bit more me. Also, some of the shimmers would look really beautiful with these shades. And yeah, overall, I think they would just really correspond nicely together. And I'm also gonna test out the new singles from Micka Beauty Shop. That's definitely on my to-do list. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to start using them right tomorrow, like from tomorrow, because I actually have a lot of things to do. When I'll come back home for Easter, I'll play with all the makeup products, and I'll probably already have the Nomad Ireland palette here as well, so I will also film with that. It's a lot right now that I'm filming and doing, but I'm definitely gonna try to show you a lot of looks with these, and also just to be able to review this palette. And I definitely need to try this chunkier shade all over the lid just to make sure that I like it, because I haven't done that yet. But so far, like, I love the mattes. They're a beautiful formula. Even the purples and the blues, they have really nice formulation, which I was a little scared if they're not gonna be too dry or something. I would just wish if there was slightly more difference between the shades, because the purples are almost identical and the blue shades, like, they are different, but they're not that far off. And I feel like if you would have a little bit more difference between these two colors, you could technically, like, if you have light and dark, you can also get like the mid shade by mixing it, but you can't really get darker or lighter than this because there's not enough options. And yeah, there could be a little bit more difference in the depth, because they're all very similar in the depth department. Like the blue and the purples are all the same, like, are at the same level of depth, and then the greens with the oranges are, or like the neutrals, are also. So it's good for the kind of like one and done type of looks, when you're gonna put one matte, one shimmer, or two shimmers, I don't know, and you're done. But for more intricate looks, it's gonna be all very flat, in my opinion. And also it's colors that you're not gonna be able to mix very well together. Like, you can do the green with the blue and the like turquoisey, like cool tone green with the blue, but then the neutrals don't really fit that. And also this one, like, maybe with the green, the cool tone green, I don't know, I'm not really sure how to use these mattes yet, but I still think it's a really nice selection of colors. I like all of these shades. I'm just probably gonna use other palette to either bring something lighter or something darker. I'll probably use the Serpent palette to do that for me. But I love the shimmers, I love the formula. Again, I will have to try this one a little bit more, but the rest, like, I love the formula of Micka Beauty Shop, and I think they really killed it with the packaging and everything. I just maybe wish that they would bring some of the, like, the yellow lighter colors from this packaging into the actual palette. I'm rambling, but this is the entire review. Let me know which look was your favorite. I think mine was the first one. It was just really fun and just cool. And let me know if you have any of the either palettes from Micka or any of their singles. Definitely let me know. And let me know if you've picked this skin tint and if you've tried it as well, and what was your opinion. I definitely want to get more reviews about that. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll be very happy to see you in my next video. Bye!